Gunga get in here.
Gunga get in here. Gunga get in here. Gunga get in here. A podcast. Whew. I don't know what the hell that was, everybody, but welcome into episode 1 of Get On In Here, my friends. A little community podcast by me, Mr. Elmmerfudd Games. Talking about the community, what we got going on in the stream, what we got for events coming up, all sorts of things, what I've been playing, questions coming in from you guys in the future, whatever we want this to be. Check out episode 0. That'll give you the rundown of what exists we're looking here. So for today, for episode 1, we're still a little anxiety ridden. All right. I'm not streaming this. It's just me looking at my voice and fluctuations on Audacity and getting shit done. All right. Today we got Elmer's glue. All right. A little fun little segment from Cheesy's idea, his beautiful brain, thoughts on stuff going on in the community right now, storylines, etc. Things that have brought the community together, super fun things. We got some events coming up. We've got some events that have happened, games I'm playing right now. So let's get into it. Let's record, folks. I worked today. All right. It's raining. It's chilly. I'm wearing a hoodie. I couldn't be happier. This is my element. I'm giddy. I'm smiling well, I can't go ear to ear. That'd be terrifying. And my muscles I'd be a freak of science, but I'm so happy. And it was a light day at work. I work for the post office. I was home in the shower at 2:30 p.m. My family doesn't get home for another 45 minutes from school. I'm so damn happy. Any of you that are adults that have a wife and kids know how beautiful this window of opportunity that I've grasped is. All right. And I'm spending that recording this episode. That's how happy I am. I've been wanting to sit down and get this done. We're here now. Oh, folks, it's so beautiful outside. The leaves are changing colors. They're falling down. I've got to go rake leaves off my own yard for the first time this weekend. I'm so excited to do that. We've got those the pumpkin face trash bags. So we can fill those up, put those out. They can get all moldy and smell awful. It'll just feel like Halloween when we come home. Oh, it's the best time of the year, folks. This is my season, 100%. Speaking of Halloween, we put together a list of Halloween movies we want to get done this month with the kids. Hung that up on the fridge. I've been really enjoying this idea. So we watched Nightmare Before Christmas the other day. We watched Coco yesterday. I don't think we have a movie today. Tomorrow, I think we're checking out the new Haunted Mansion. Then the classic Halloween Town. We got Casper coming up. I should have brought the list down with me, but it's a solid list. And the kids put stuff they're interested in. I put some movies in that my wife had never heard of that I used to watch when I was a kid at Halloween. Me and her have been together forever, so that's really fun. She put some movies on there. Obviously, Hocus Pocus 1 and 2. That's a necessity, but it's just super fun. If any of you guys have traditions like that out there, let me know. Things you do for the year. We went and bought a bunch of decorations for our house. Again, for anyone who's not up to speed, we bought our own house a few months ago. Well, I guess it's been like 4 months now, 5 months maybe. I guess it's been a minute. But so we were able to decorate our house for the first, kind of season coming up. And then we can celebrate for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that stuff. We're all super excited. We got those cheap little 99-cent, was that paper door frame? The pictures that go over your doors, like the cats and the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the, sorry, Dad. But no, so the black cat, the beware, stay out stuff, put that on the kids' doors. They chose their own. I'm like, for 99 cents, you guys could decorate your door however you want to decorate it, right? We got a really cutesy little Halloween one we put on the front door. It's been super fun. Our new kitten, though, little Tolly, she's, 8 months old now, I think. But so her new favorite thing is to rip apart these door hangings all night. So you'll wake up randomly just hearing it adds to the ambiance of the season. But you'll wake up to doors creaking because she's slowly opening them at the same time, and paper tearing and children crying because their dreams are being ripped apart. It just brings my heart joy, and it's everything you'd ever want in this season. But yeah, so that's been super fun. But yeah, again, if you guys do anything for Halloween, let me know. Up here, in Casper, Wyoming, where we moved to, I'm getting a list of all the fun things they do for the community. It's really exciting to see these kind of moments that I remember from my childhood that kind of have disappeared in big city living for my kids. So moving up here, hearing a lot of events they have going on for kids, like trick-or-treating downtown. They close off a few blocks and like the whole community comes together and sets up on the sidewalk. And just apparently hundreds and hundreds of kids walk through this area and stuff. It's just like fun stuff like that to just like, you have to be stocked up on candy. There's so many kids actually trick-or-treating and everything. It feels like a time capsule from when I was a kid. And it's so fun to be able to give those memories to my children. Do you know what I mean? It's been rough to just be like, oh yeah, I used to do this really fun thing when I was a kid. And they'd be like, I'd love to do that. And you're like, well, you can't anymore. And up here, they're kind of able to do that, which has been a really fantastic thing. I could do a whole episodes on all the blessings that have happened to our family moving up here, but that's neither here or there. That's a whole other thing. But Halloween, fantastic. I'm super happy. I'm freshly showered. I'm wearing like thick sweatpants and a hoodie right now. Life couldn't get any better. I've rearranged the stream room a little bit. So I have this, what's the word I'm looking for? Bookcase kind of shelving unit that I refurbished, repainted, and everything, put behind me. Whatever collectibles I have, I've set on there. So I'm doing kind of like a head-on camera angle and that's super backlit and everything. And I've really enjoyed how that turned out. I've kind of had a side camera angle down here in the basement. It's pretty dark. Obviously, it's unfinished. I've done what I can with lighting, but I was noticing another podcast that's recently begun is Dream Team Talks. That's with me, just glad to be here in Praxitius. We do Dream Team Thursday every Thursday. Today's Thursday. We'll be doing that tonight. I'm very excited. But so we started doing a Dream Team Talks where we play for half the night and then we kind of sit down and discuss, how the game we're currently playing feels, things in streaming, kind of tips and tricks and stuff from there. It's been really fun. We've only done the one episode. I think we're doing episode 2 tonight. But that's been super fun. But I was noticing recording that podcast that I had the darkest color palette of everyone on there. And I was like, man, you don't really notice it when, you don't have people to compare it to. But having everyone on the screen at the same time, I was like, wow, this is kind of really dark. So, moving everything around, finagling lights, I've really enjoyed how it was. A Monday night, I got to do some Warzone with the aforementioned Cheesy, one of my best friends in the whole world, and Supe, an absolute incredible gentleman, okay? If you're not out there, Suppet, check him out. I got to remember his YouTube channel. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. All right, I'm clicking 2 buttons, and it's going to pop up the Next Door Gamers or Gamer. Next Door Gamers, where is it? There it is right there, folks. The Next Door Gamers. Look that up. That is a channel you want to watch. It's always just little 1 to 3 minute videos almost daily of kind of the gaming session the previous night. It's just, he plays with some incredible people and it's just always a good time with him. He has one of the best smiles and laughs in the world. I absolutely love that man. Anyway, so that was the initial stream I had this set up for. And I was very happy. A lot of positive feedback for it. People were enjoying kind of how brighter it was. Being able to see my face staring at the screen and how concentrated I get. People were making fun of me, as they should. I get way too concentrated and intense for how bad I am in video games. But yeah, so that's something going on. I'm very excited about that. What do we got upcoming for this month of October, my friends? We've got this Saturday, the 14th. Is going to be my 3rd Fortnite no-build tournament. I'm very excited for that. The week after that is our 3rd Destiny Raid Marathon. The Raid Marathon is an event I did probably a year and a half ago. And just kind of for fun to see if it would work. And it was a really good time, and I enjoyed it. And we didn't do another one for a year. A couple months ago was the second one, and that had exploded. I had a ton of viewership for it. Many raid teams registered for it. I think we had double the numbers this time, and a raid team 6 people. That's a lot of gamers enjoying an event, which was really fun. I got to cast that one with Mr. Runga, RNG Gator. A lot of you individuals probably who are initially listening to this podcast are going to understand who a lot of these names I'm throwing out are. But yes, that was super fun. So this upcoming one, we're doing Last Wish, Crota's End, and Deepstone Crypt. Last Wish is a big old mother of a raid. It's one of my favorite raids in Destiny, and for some reason, people are scared of it, terrified. The second we announced that we might do a Last Wish one, everyone was like, no, thank you. That sounds awful. I don't want to do it, which means what? We absolutely had to throw a whole event around Last Wish. If you're going to complain about it, we're going to do it. Is that the wrong way to do things? Then I don't want to be right. So yeah, so super excited for that. And then on the 28th, we have the 4th Warzone 2.0 quads tournament. That's with Tango casting that one. Those have been super fun to do. I've missed having all these tournaments all the time. It used to be kind of a once a month thing, and then every other month was a different game. And then we did every other weekend for a while there. And since probably for the last 4 months, we've been doing an event every Saturday. One, ton of work, right? Absolutely no way getting around that. But secondly, it's been so much fun. I can't even begin to describe like just how much I've enjoyed doing these events every week and just having it a different game and different communities and people jumping from, in these different games to really enjoying the tournaments and just being a part of another one. And we've had multiple people that played Fortnite for the first time to be in a tournament, Apex for the first time. My sister, actually, I'll get into that later during a segment I announced at the beginning of the show. So I won't touch on that right now. But Blue Laser, you should definitely be checking her out. She is an incredible content creator, an incredible sister, and I just love her to death. I love everything about her. And then on the 4th of next month is going to be I think it's the 34th Apex Legends tournament, folks. Jesus, we're getting up there in numbers on that. But that's going to be with Jules 9190, our little Alaska queen. Very excited to be able to cast one of these with her. But that's all the upcoming events we have. I'm super excited for each one of these. It brings so many different elements because, 3 out of 4 of them are Battle Royale events. But each BR plays so differently that it's just it's a different experience every time. And having, some team, especially in the Apex one where it's our 34th, right? So many teams that I've known for like 20 something tournaments, and to see people, we had a team retire a few tournaments ago. That was super crazy. Like they'd played in, I think 30 out of 32 when they retired, like they only missed 2 of them. And so they retired from the tournaments. That was such a big moment. And it's just really cool to watch things kind of grow, and flourish and do well around you. It feels good. When you're wanting to do this, it's an incredibly fun hobby, and you throw stuff out there and hope stuff sticks. And when something sticks, it just feels right. So that's our upcoming events. What have I been I finished the let's just jump over to what I've been playing. I don't have a stinger for any of this stuff. We'll get to there. What I've been playing. Why did I sound like an old-timey radio? Listen here, see? This is what I've been playing, Smack. Come on. Listen here, dog. You're going to go far, kid. You're going to be a star, see? I've fallen back into the hundreds of hours of Baldur's Gate 3. I took a little bit of a break just because I was putting on so many events and work was kind of getting hectic and the kid's life was nuts. So being able to jump back into that has been so refreshing. It is legitly one of the greatest gaming experiences I've ever had, and I've been playing video games since I was 4. I'm currently 33. Do that math. I think it might take a top 5 slot for me of games of all time, and that's a hard thing to do. That's a pretty locked-in list. But I'm in Act 3 currently. I think I'm halfway through, and it's just... at first when I hit Act 3, it was kind of jarring after Act 2. Just kind of how progression was happening and the storyline, and kind of Act 2 was very dark and gritty and intense, and like it felt momentous to get through each step of that. And Act 3 at first almost felt like you were hitting a wall and things were just kind of slowing down. And after taking a break and coming back, now with a fresh mind, I can realize, okay, there's a lot more, political espionage going on. Some really equally dark storylines happening, but you're in the city of Baldur's Gate. So, things are a little lighter color palette wise, right? So once I realized the story's still just as dark, just the surrounding area isn't as dark. I was like, okay, I can kind of get behind this, and now I'm rehooked and revitalized. And it's just been absolutely incredible. If it's not a game you haven't tried, I highly recommend it. Also, I finished the seasonal story in Destiny 2, which is something I haven't done in a season in probably since seasons were introduced into Destiny 2. I don't know. The seasonal model just didn't click for me. I always play the expansion. Every expansion I play through the story of the expansion, I do the new raid. I'll check out dungeons. I'll try to get some loot. And then, bam, I'm out until the next expansion, right? But with the, the final expanse, the last thing of the Destiny as we travel forward, these last 2 seasons are really important story-wise going into this next expansion. The cats are either dying upstairs or someone's breaking into my house. Either way, you're going to hear me yell at cats, or you're going to hear me get murdered live on the podcast for episode 1. And that's how I want to be remembered, folks. We'll have to investigate that here shortly. But yeah, so, these last 2 seasons are going to be really important as we get into this next expansion, which is the final story of Light versus Dark. And I really enjoyed how the season story ended. It doesn't make me wish I'd played all the last season stories. I kind of caught up with things as I went through expansions, but I really enjoyed being a part of it this time. We had a running joke that, half the seasonal story was just listening to radio transmissions and all that stuff. And as fun as that is, but the cutscenes were incredible. The story really hit some high highs. The stakes were high. They weren't medium rare. And, and I really enjoyed, how things wrapped up. Eris Morn becoming a hive god. The obvious path in your brain would be for her to kind of not be able to handle that power. And then she becomes a big bad, which is, again, the obvious way you expect that story to go. And I'm really glad, spoilers, they didn't take that approach. Spoilers. The fact she was able to get all this power, became the most powerful hive god basically to ever exist, use that power to disconnect Xivu Arath from her throne world so she's mortal and we can kill her. And then she went, all right, that was fun, guys. What's next for us? I think I'm going to go have some tea and take a nap. It was such a great moment for her character because she's always just kind of been like, she shows up, she's ominous, she's kind of creepy, she has the information we need, and then she dips back. And I'm glad they kind of stuck with that as her character's formula. Is I understand what's going on. I understand the stakes. I'm just hungry, I guess. But I understand what's required. I did it. I'm good. Thank you. Let's see what the next problem is. And she moved on. I love that so much. Sometimes stories go the way you expect them to go, and that's the right choice. And sometimes it's so obvious that if they do it, you go, that's kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. It feels kind of lazy. And so to have them kind of swish that around real quick, I really enjoyed that as a story. So we'll see what happens with Xivu Arath. I'm nervous. This next season's just going to be Xivu Arath, and then we kill her, and that's it. Because, both her siblings have been entire expansions of either the first Destiny or Destiny 2. So I'm really hoping if she is just a season, that they do a really good job. I think there's going to be a new raid. So if, the season story is leading up to her and then she's the raid boss, I'd be okay with that. That'd still be better than what, what's his bucket? Gaul got in the Red War. Which is still, I really think that was a great way to do it. I thoroughly enjoyed the Red War. That's a take that's all years in the past, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, season story, finished it, really loved it, got to play it with many different people. I'm enjoying the raids. As always, I love raiding in Destiny. It's super fun. It's not a game I'm hooked to, but this is the most I've played it in a very long time, and I've enjoyed it. So we'll see kind of how much more I'm hooked onto this season now that the story is over. I think I still have a couple weeks of raiding in me. We'll see what kind of happens there. But hey, if you haven't checked it out, highly recommend it. These are some big seasons before the next expansion. It's a really good time to get in if you've never played it. Check out everything. Go through expansion to expansion. Do all the campaigns. Do the raids. Don't worry about all the seasonal shit. Blech. But do the campaigns so you're kind of caught up on it because the story's great. The campaigns are fantastic. The cutscenes are incredible. They do a very good job of world building. Just their player retention is kind of iffy. That's a whole nother story. But all right, so we got Destiny 2. We've got Baldur's Gate 3. The new season of Warzone dropped not too long ago. It's very Halloweenish. We got Spawn. We've got what's the fat clown from Spawn? A lot. Very Spawn related, but very Halloweenish. This new battle pass. It's very interesting where Warzone's going. Kind of, it feels more Fortnite-ish with just all these weird skins and events happening. Like Nicki Minaj and Snoop Dogg and Spawn and what Izzy, this cartoon character, and it's a weird direction. Call of Duty's kind of been my more air quotes realism battle royale. But it's been, the more I play it, the more I'm getting used to it, the more I'm liking it. So I don't think it's a terrible direction for them to take the game. It's taken some getting used to. But this season so far, I've been really enjoying it. I've played only in ranked. I haven't been in pubs yet. I think we're going to be playing in public lobbies tonight for Dream Team. So we'll see. I'll have to report back to you guys on episode 2 how that's feeling. But ranked is feeling really good. The weapons are in kind of an interesting place. A lot of guns I'm used to using are kind of really bad right now. But at the end of the day, as long as you can hit shots and shoot enough bullets, something will die. So it's not awful. I'm not really a meta guy, but obviously you want to kind of run something meta-ish. But yeah, the map still feels great. Al Mazrah feels wonderful. I really do enjoy Warzone 2.0. There's definitely some things they switched from OG Warzone that I didn't enjoy. But with that hand in hand, slide over here to all the announcements for Modern Warfare 3. Looks like they're kind of doing a good mix of Warzone 1 and 2. Kind of, the movement and things they added into this game and things they kind of took out, but they're slowly bringing back in, So I'm very excited for this next iteration of Modern Warfare 3. I don't think I'm going to play a ton of actual multiplayer, 6v6 or whatever, going on there. But I'm very excited for the zombies mode. Some PvE zombies with friends sounds incredible. Looks like it's going to be really fleshed out, a huge area, not just the classic. There's nothing wrong with the classic, but the classic, build this window in a little room to buy into the next room and move on. The classic Call of Duty zombies mode is fantastic, but I'm very excited for them to kind of flesh it out, expand it. I think it'll be like the whole DMZ map. I'm very excited to see how that gameplay works out. The new map for Warzone looks fantastic. I love the color palette. I'm excited to have some of these guns back, like the ACR. Mwah, one of my personal favorites. The time to kill is going to be a little longer, which I'm excited for me, but I'm not excited for when I have to hit more shots on people. But all in all, I'm very excited for what Modern Warfare 3 can bring. Again, moving the storyline forward. The campaigns are always fantastic in a Call of Duty game. So I think I'm going to have to drop the money in order to play the campaign. And I think Zombies is going to be, I don't think Zombies is free, but if that was the case, I might sneak around and just do free for Warzone. But I really enjoy the content. I want to support the people that make these games. So I'll probably be buying it. Maybe not right away, but I'll be getting into that. Very excited for that. Fortnite's new season is, well, I guess it's not a new season. It's been out for a couple months, or a month now, I think. But this is, I'm jumping all over the place, folks. Welcome to my fucking brain. But this is one of the best seasons Fortnite's ever had. And with that, it's bringing a lot of people back into the game, which is making it a very sweaty experience. Matchmaking feels great. I'm not getting shit on, right? Like Apex Legends, where you feel like every game is the sweatiest match you've ever been in and you die on drop constantly. Skill issue, I understand. But, I'm able to get kills. I'm able to consistently get top 5s in Fortnite. But once you get there, I'm getting shit on, right? So I'm struggling to get a win in a game that used to be the easiest to get a win in. But all the changes have been fantastic. I'm really enjoying the gun pool right now. I haven't checked out. They just had a Halloween update where they added in the pumpkin rocket launcher. There's a shotgun that does a shit ton of damage. It only shoots once and it's in a straight line, so you got to be hella accurate with it. But the movement little handheld cannon to get around the map has been fantastic. It's one of the best additions to the game. The ARs are feeling good. The shotguns are feeling great. Sniper rifles are back in a great spot. It's just been a fantastic season of Fortnite, and it makes me really happy. It's just a great... October is usually a fantastic time to be a gamer, and folks, we're in the middle of it right now, and it just feels fantastic. But yeah, so that's kind of mostly what I've been gaming recently. There's not a ton of things coming out soon that I'm excited to jump into, so we'll kind of keep our eyes on the horizon there. I haven't been able to pay too much attention to upcoming games and releases, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So I'm very excited. That's kind of what I've been playing right now. I don't have a stinger again, but folks, it's Elmer's glue time. Glue, Elmer's glue. Get it, Elmmerfudd and Elmer's glue. Jinkies, cheesy. Well done. Elmer's glue is a segment on community effort, things about the community, things that are holding us all together, right? And the big thing I want to throw in for Elmer's glue for episode 1 is actually about, I mentioned it earlier that I was going to bring it up now, Blue Laser, my little sister. She streams on Twitch, twitch.tv/Blue Lazor, BLUELAZOR, named after the villain in Cheat Commandos from Homestar Runner back in the day, if anyone remembers back then. But she's super entertaining, super fun. She plays so many different just kind of games that aren't mainstreamy, which has been super fun. But so she was a co-caster for my last Fortnite tournament. And she had such a good time with it that she was like, hey, your next Apex tournament, I want to be a part of it. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. She brought a couple other members of my community that are obviously her friends as well in her community that had never played Apex either. They're all going to make a team, jump in together. Is going to be awesome. I loved it. So many people in the community leached onto them. We're super excited, super pumped. It brought so many people together. Everyone kept asking, are you practicing today? How are the games doing? It was very engaging for everybody. And then tournament day happens, right? And we're going through all the teams, shoutcasting and whatnot. We get to my sister, and they're all playing Phasmophobia. And what turns out is that they had pretended to be playing Apex to get a part of the tournament, just to troll us and be playing a different game when we switched over. Incredible. I love her mind. It was so funny. Whiskey Sticks was co-casting with me, and he was able to just jump with it so smoothly and quickly with me. It was so fun to just bounce back and forth and cast over what they were doing. They got points for what they were doing in their own separate game. Everyone had a great laugh. She just released a YouTube video today about it, posted my Discord, her Discord, Twitter, all over the place. And she's just so proud of that moment. And the community coming together to help lift her up for a game that she wasn't actually even playing was fantastic. Everyone having such a big laugh together over the moment, and then people backing her up for the YouTube video about it has just been incredible, and it's been very touching. So thank you again for anyone who's been a part of that situation. But that's been, a huge moment in the community that was super fun, and that's our first Elmer's Glue segment, folks. And I think with that, we might go ahead and hit the road here for episode 1 of Get On In Here. We're the community, y'all get on in here, right? We discussed things going on, and I just vomited words, but it felt really good. Episode 1 felt great. I didn't pause. I didn't have panic attacks. I didn't have anxiety as much once we got going. It felt good. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. Elmmerfuddgames@gmail.com. If you have questions, concerns, anything, you can send that my way. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all those places at Elmmerfuddgames. MMD. Feel free to reach out with anything you'd like to discuss. Episode 2 will also be a solo episode. We're going to be adding in some more segments. Hopefully I actually get stingers and an actual legit intro song by then. Episode 3, my friends, is going to be our first guest. So keep your eyes peeled for that, folks. Until hopefully next week. Friends, I love you. I appreciate you. thank you for everything you do, supporting YouTube, TikTok, all those places. Absolutely love it. Being active in the Discord. It fills my heart with joy when anyone says anything in the Discord ever. So again, thank you all so much. I love you all. Have a fantastic week. And outro here. Outro song. This is an outro song. We're singing an outro song down by the bay. Boy.